XPI is a company that's been going for 8 years, and since that time we've grown and developed, and we're now seen as experts in driving simulator systems, and also involved in a lot of other innovative technologies that are useful within simulators and training systems. We're based in Chessington in southwest London. We have 15 staff at the moment, and we have a whole range of different capabilities within those staff team members.
We have the team split up into obviously mechanical engineers, guys that deal with electrical and mechanical sides of the projects. We have software developers who deal with all the software side of the stuff, and we also have a number of modelers who do the 3D modelling and produce the visual databases that are seen on the screens.
We produce a range of simulators varying from low-cost devices that are used in schools and colleges to train young drivers about the dangers of being on the road, all the way up through to very large individual research simulators that are used by universities, by the MOD, and also by organisations like Formula One teams who train their drivers to race before they get to the track.
We've got quite a few innovative things going on all the time. In relation to the software, we've recently developed tired driving, so that's addressing fatigue of drivers, and that was done through a fairly simple process, but something that hadn't been done before to demonstrate to drivers what can happen when they start to fall asleep at the wheel. We've also got a quote out at the moment with Singapore Police, and that's again looking at them using simulation to train and log hours for their police drivers in Singapore, so that's quite exciting as well.
They've developed a reputation in driver training. They are able to simulate in realistic ways what it's like to drive vehicles, different types of vehicles. But they've also done some interesting work in image generation and image capture, and that too has some real opportunities for us in the future.
LIDAR is a technique for scanning environments, so you can take a vehicle, you put LIDAR scanners on it, and then you can scan the environment and you get back a rendition of that environment. What we do is we have a number of tools and processes that allow us to take that data set and produce a highly accurate 3D database that can then be used in simulation.
So we've done Nottingham University's local area, and you can drive around that simulation. It's exactly the same as driving in Nottingham itself. So you could pretty much get off the simulator and go to Nottingham and say, oh, I know these streets, I've seen exactly these signs.
We've used the techniques on Formula One tracks where they're looking at actually working with developing vehicles rather than driver training, so they need to know exactly where the curb is and everything, and it has to be right, and that's what LIDAR gives us.
Ray tracing is the next step. Currently, when you're trying to make accurate lighting effects on a database, you have to burn in things like shadows. They're not actually real, so if the time of day changes, the shadows will stay exactly where they were. Ray tracing is the ability to start creating the time of day, and as far as the military is concerned, creating that ability to change from morning to midday to afternoon, shadows, and obviously people could be hiding in shadows and things, is very interesting for them.
Ray tracing until recently has been only done in films, so you can only use it in films where it's pre-rendered and takes hours. What we've done is use the power of the graphics card that are now available to actually be able to break that into the real-time arena. Your level of detailing is immense because you don't have a load issue, and every light produces a shadow, which means that when you're at night you get very detailed and very accurate images which benefit the military, because most of their training currently is done at night rather than during the day.
Land training is really an emerging market, particularly in the military, but actually land training seems to be emerging across the civil and the military markets at the same time.
Thales have got excellent technological capability. We've looked at it, it's an engineering focused company, so it has a lot of things in common with us and our team.
Thales bring on board not only a great deal of intellectual knowledge of the simulation market, but also a much larger organisational structure, and allowing us to, I guess, play in a bigger boys area.
I'm really excited about what it means for our land training ambition. We elected a couple of years ago to move into driver training, and buying XPI signals to everyone, including our competitors, that we're very serious about that. It means we have not only the people and who are the contacts and the skills from our air simulation, but we've acquired driver simulation skills as well. That mix is a very potent one.
What we hope to do is to also bring agility and flexibility that we have as our trademark and bring that into the Thales group to improve things from both sides.